You hear the word cloud thrown around constantly, right? But what is it really? Well, today we're going to break it all down nice and simple. To really wrap our heads around this, let's kick things off with a little story. It's a scenario that, well, I'm pretty sure it's going to hit a little too close to home for some of you. Okay, so picture this. You are totally in the zone. Hours of work have gone into this. Maybe it's your final college paper or that huge presentation for your boss. And everything, all that hard work, it's all sitting right there on your laptop. And then it happens. The screen freezes. Maybe you get that dreaded blue screen of death. The fan just stops, and you get that horrible sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. Just like that, every single word gone. Poof. That feeling of sheer panic and frustration, that was the reality for all of us before the cloud really became a thing in our everyday lives. So what exactly is this cloud computing that saves us from that kind of digital nightmare? Because think about it. In that same situation, if your document was in the cloud, you just, grab your tablet, log in, and pick up right where you left off. No big deal. So what is this magic? And why does it feel like literally everything runs on it these days? Okay, so before we can really appreciate the solution, we have to get a handle on the problem. Let's take a quick look back at how things used to be in the world of local computing. Yeah, this really lays it all out, doesn't it? Over on the left, you've got the old way. Your data was basically a prisoner on one single machine. If that machine crashed, or you ran out of hard drive space, you were just stuck. But look over on the right. For every single one of those old school problems, the cloud offers a pretty amazing solution. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What is the cloud? And spoiler alert, is it actually, floating around up there with the actual clouds? So here's the simplest way to think about it. Cloud computing just means you're using computers and storage that belong to someone else over the internet. All the real work, all the heavy lifting isn't happening on your little laptop or your phone anymore. It's happening on massive, powerful computers somewhere else. And here's the crazy part. You are using this stuff all the time, probably without even realizing it. You open up a Google Doc, that's the cloud. You save a photo to Dropbox, cloud. Binge watching your favorite show on Netflix? Yep, you're using the cloud. Playing a game online? You guessed it. Your device is really just the doorway. I love this quote because it just nails it. Think about it this way. Your device isn't the whole factory anymore. It's just the window, or maybe the control panel that lets you tap into this giant, super powerful system that lives somewhere else entirely. And that somewhere else is a very real, very physical place. The cloud is not some fluffy, magical thing. Nope. It's made of enormous buildings called data centers. I mean, we're talking about places the size of several football fields, just crammed with servers. And the big players running this whole show? Companies you've definitely heard of, like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. Okay, but here's the thing. The cloud isn't just one single product. It's more like a menu of services, and they come in different layers depending on what you're trying to do. So let's break down those three main types. The easiest way to get this is to think about making a pizza. Seriously. At the most basic level, you have infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. This is like you just renting the kitchen and the oven. You get the fundamental building blocks, the virtual servers and storage, but you bring all the ingredients. Step up a level and you get platform as a service, or PaaS. This is like the pizza place giving you the kitchen, the oven, and the dough and the sauce. It's a ready-made environment for developers to build their apps on. And then at the very top, the layer most of us live in, is software as a service, SaaS. This is the finished pizza, delivered hot to your door. You don't have to cook anything, you just open the box and eat. Think Gmail, Zoom, Spotify, you just log in and go. So the big question is, why? Why did this way of doing things completely take over the world? Well, it all boils down to a handful of really powerful, frankly, game-changing advantages. When you get right down to it, there are three main reasons. Number one is something called scalability. Just think about Netflix on the night a huge new season drops. Millions of people all hit play at the same time. The demand just goes through the roof. In the old days, their servers would have just melted. But with the cloud, they can instantly ramp up their computer power to handle that massive spike. And then, when everyone goes to bed, they can just scale it right back down. It's that flexibility. Reason number two, it's all about cost efficiency. I mean, think about it. Instead of a company having to buy and maintain a whole room full of expensive servers that might just be sitting there doing nothing most of the time, they can just rent the exact amount of computing power they need when they need it. It's a pay-as-you-go system. And this was a total game changer, especially for small startups. Suddenly, they could compete with the big guys without needing millions of dollars up front. And the third big one is accessibility. This takes us right back to that horror story at the beginning. Because your stuff doesn't live on one specific computer anymore, you can get to it from anywhere. Your phone, your work computer, a brand new laptop. As long as you have an internet connection, you're good to go. It completely freed us from being chained to a single device. So you see, the cloud isn't just some high-tech thing for giant corporations. It has totally, fundamentally woven itself into the fabric of our daily lives. Which means that every single time you kick back to stream a movie, or, just drag and drop a file online to save it, or even just tap on an app on your phone to check something, yep, you're using the cloud. It's not some invisible magical force. It's a real, physical, globe-spanning network of computers that quietly powers pretty much our entire digital world. And now, you get exactly what it is.